All right, today I'm going to do something that I don't normally do, but I'm going to unbox what is like a consumer grade LED that's come to the market. This is the FloraFlex 720 watt. The reason I'm doing this is because, FloraFlex has been known in the irrigation space. They had a different run of lights, but now you can get one of these fixtures at any grocery store for like 400 bucks, 375, something like that. So I wanted to take a look at just kind of the build, the quality, the installation, and see what you get for the money, and kind of see what the retail level looks like these days. Because from a dollar standpoint, it's a very attractive fixture. But I'm going to evaluate it from the mindset of a commercial and industrial application perspective. So brand new. Support your local hydro shops. And from a consumer standpoint, these things have a lot of the metrics that you want to see. It's got the assembly, the dimensions, the power supply, the spectrum, and a PAR map. This is again kind of a retail facing home grower approach, but it's good information and it does follow a lot of the guidelines for more advanced labeling. And it's got all the specs listed on it. I think every fixture should have this, at least at a retail level. It's DLC certified, ETL listed, and this one's ready for 120 volt, so it can just plug into a regular plug at home. Remove diode covers after hanging. So, oh, interesting. Got some work to do. So there's two of these without diodes that I think are going to be the struts that tie it all together. Another reason I'm shooting this one as more of an unboxing is I want to see how long it takes to assemble. So let's see what that comes out to. There's our driver. Cables and accessories. And more bars. It's packaged really well. Really small box for this much wattage. I'll give them that. And that's the last of the LED bars. That should be it, and it is. Clear this out. All right, so let's see what's in our cables and accessories box. We've got our destructions, mounting hardware, power cable. Looks like the interconnect cables, dimmer communications cable, hanging hardware, more hanging hardware. All right, let's see what they say. Diode bars, driver, hardware, cables. Step 1, locate the 4-piece diode bars, each with 4 screws on back. Position them at slots 1, 2, 7, and 8 as indicated. Place the 4 other diode bars, each with screws at slots 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Okay, so there's the bars. A couple of them have only 2 pins. Those are going to be the ones that go in the middle, it looks like. You have 2 with 4 pins on the outside, all the single pins in the middle, and then the 4 pins outside again. Then this cross support, thread all these on. Okie doke. So now I got a bunch of wing nuts. So while I do this, hopefully the audio holds up. You know, some initial first takes, it definitely feels light on the heatsink side. You know, that's made up for heat dissipation by having more bars. So you're going to get more even distribution. But I would say it's not flimsy because of the way it's going together, but it's definitely light, which is okay. We've come a long way with what we can do with engineering, so not a total knock. I really like how low profile it is, and I do have comparable other fixtures that have similar weight to the bars. They're just already assembled. So I can already tell you, if I was a commercial grower, I would not want to do this chore for a couple hundred or even 1,000 fixtures, but again, I don't think that's what this fixture is marketed for. It's really for home growers to get in. And you know, like I said, FloraFlex has a good reputation from an irrigation and kind of engineering standpoint. Historically, this feels well thought out, and for somebody wanting to get into LED from a home gardening standpoint and be able to have a warranty at your hydro shop, I'd say this is, you know, so far looking like a pretty good option for that. So 24 wing nuts in total. Another thing I like about the fixture is that it's finished in white. I feel like that's an opportunity a lot of lighting companies have missed in the past. You know, having white fixtures means that extra light is going to bounce around and bounce off of these and be recycled back into the system, so you have minimal loss of light to the fixture itself. So another bonus here. Come on now. Don't be difficult. All right, 24 wing nuts later. There we go. So now we've got a couple more wing nuts. We're going to attach cross supports to the driver. Nope, they are supposed to be one directional. You want it pointed the same way. That makes sense. Now, this is going to go. There's some slots in this top chassis that these are going to go into. Theoretically. So I'm doing something wrong here because the distance isn't matching up. Spacing is different here. So I think, okay, so you just attach one. Then put that in, and you go lock it in by putting the second bracket in and then attaching this. It'll be a little bit of a trick. Oh, I see the reasoning for doing this, but the execution is kind of a pain. There we go, got it to bite. Now that driver's locked in there. See a little bow in the chassis. You know, again, it's rigid, but a little light. So now we hook up power supplies and the interconnect cable. So one immediate take is that while this is nifty, having those electrical connections pointed up and these seating down into them, they fit together very well. But I don't see much waterproofing there. You'd have to really hose this thing for that to be an issue, but that could be a point where you get corrosion, water collection from spraying or overspray or something like that. So, don't love that part of it. Main power supply. We'll wait on the, I mean, it's standard RJ connector, pretty standard hanging hardware. This has got a funky little spring on it, so we'll probably look at that, why. But open up the power cable here. Powered on. Pulling out these protective covers over the diodes. I don't like how that kind of rakes across the chips. It's really soft plastic, but if it did get hung up on a chip, like so, it could kind of pull on those. So it might be better to just slide those out. That one broke. Again, they say to do this after hanging. I'm doing it for show and for timing. All right, so that's it. As far as putting it together, and we're just over 20 minutes, so that's pretty substantial. That's a lot of work. If you're going to be, doing more than one of these, keep that in mind. I'm sure you could speed up the process after you do it once or twice. It does have a built-in dimmer, which is nice again for home grows if you don't have a remote dimmer. And I did want to look at these. Attach the driver to the bracket with the light suspended. Okay, so that's when you would put the screw in from the bottom and not do what I did. Quick connects, hanging. Okay, so these pieces with a little spring on them are made to go up into a piece of mounting unistrut. So you'd slide it in there, the spring would hold it into place, and then you could hang the hanging cables through these threaded bits on the bottom and go down to the hanging points here. So nice and intuitive on, as much hardware as they come with. I can already feel this thing heating up. We'll take a look at it from that side. So once it is assembled, it's fairly rigid. They've got it listed here at 2.7 micromoles. Just looking at the components, the way to make a fixture really affordable is to, not select top tier components. So I'm guessing that, along with the lightness of the materials that would cut down on the cost to make these things, that the chips that they're using are, an OEM or second or third tier sourcing. Chip components have gotten a lot better as far as being not Samsung. So I would put them in the good enough category for a couple of years, but they're definitely going to be, more subject to degradation than some of the higher quality components. There is no lens or component protection on here except for conformal coating, which is the thin silicone coating. So again, there's going to be a lot of caution needed when you go to do like a cleaning protocol on these, and not by the much of way of reflection or anything or guiding the light. It's just really, really flat, which has its ups and its downs. So 700 watt for home grow. I think I said 720 earlier. It's a 700 watt. We'll see what it actually clocks in on the DLC and on the efficacy. But all in all, for home growers, I think it's good enough. And I just wanted to do a quick rundown, time it out, and also see kind of what you get for your money at the hydro shop these days. And for a consumer product, I think it's good enough. It will work for your first couple of grows. It's not going to work forever, but if you have problems with it, then you can not be out that much money, and then you can go to the hydro shop and get a warranty for it. So FloraFlex 700 watt home grow, I would say pretty much specifically. And again, Brian Gandy with Sustainable Terrains. If you got questions about lighting, please reach out to me or my team, and check out our Relamp and Relax program. If you're running HPS or LED in a commercial setting, we can help you out. Thanks for watching. Bye.